What's up and welcome to our podcast, Toast to Tea.
We're two friends that love the world of celebrity and pop culture and talking about it with you.
To join our world of celebrity, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Now hit it.
It's about that time.
Wait, where's the Chris Cam?
To say cheers to our world of celebrity.
1000%.
They're back together, and it feels just right.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya.
Raise your glass.
I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
Because it's our moment to
Toast to tea. Courtney, hello. We really are doing long distance this week.
Oh my God, Maddison, I feel like we're on walkie-talkies. We're always on the computer like this, but it feels different knowing that you're not just a short ride, like a short car ride away.
Right? I'm like, this really feels like we are long distancing.
Two cans with a string.
Literally, although it's not that far, obviously, like Kansas City isn't as far. But no, we always make it work. You know what I mean? I feel like we do what we have to do to make sure the community has a new episode.
I want to say shout out to the community for your patience. And the reason why I want to say that is because me and Maddison, because our lives are always changing. As a creator, your life is always changing. We're just like taking on new things, like things are happening. And so sometimes it gets hard to like meet exactly at Thursday at 11 o'clock, which is like usually when we record the podcast. So thank you for waiting until we could just get ourselves together to give y'all what y'all deserve.
Yes, we're always going to pull through, but sometimes it just might be a little wonky. We're doing the absolute best we can. And also having to live lives too. Like I'm in Kansas City this weekend for a bachelorette party of one of my childhood best friends. So that's going to be so much freaking fun. It is supposed to rain and thunderstorm, which is not on the agenda, but we're going to persevere. We power through. It's just giving Twilight, which these are the girls who also love Twilight. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Ooh,
but yeah, it's
just adding to the vibe.
That's what I'm thinking. It's already kind of like cabin camp vibes. I'm like, I love it. Right?
Yeah, so I think that sounds kind of cute. I think it's kind of romantic.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. We're going to have fun merch. We're going to have plenty of stuff to entertain ourselves. It'll be great. I'm excited.
Girl, I'm over here. Did we mention my comedy show on the last episode?
I don't know. We were waiting to announce it.
Oh my God, y'all. I have my own comedy show in West Hollywood. If you're in West Hollywood or if you're in the Los Angeles area, please come on down to Roosterfish WeHo. I've put together and produced like a stand-up comedy program of amazing comics, and I'm very proud and very excited about this first one. I thank you for reminding me to tell the girlies, but I'm already working on the second one. That's what I'm in the middle of. Like, I'm already trying to book the second one before the first one even comes out, just so that I'm already prepared. My God. It's a lot. I'm a content creator, and now I'm an event producer, talent booker, girly,
Again,
and still have time to go to a movie screening last night. Like,
we're a multi-hyphenate. And that's sometimes what you have to do. And just say yes to things. That's why I think this was a couple weeks ago, Courtney, when we were talking about putting it in the teapot, and we were just talking about our strengths. And that's what I meant when I said Courtney literally is not afraid to try anything. And I think that is absolutely freaking amazing, because so many people, Courtney, would be like, I've never done that before. I'm just going to say no because I'm too scared. But I feel like you always have confidence in yourself that it's going to pull through. And, if you need to hear from me, I will always be like, Courtney, stop. It'll be fine.
Thank you.
We manifest. Everything will be fine. But no, truly, it is absolutely freaking incredible. Amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to support you in this new endeavor. And I feel like Courtney Revolution comedy era is here.
It's so weird. I've not trying to be negative, but I fought against comedy for myself for so long. Like, I'm not a comic. I'm not. I'm a girly that sits on the floor on the internet and talks crap about celebrities because I love that. But for whatever reason, comedy keeps like drawing me in. Like, I had my friend Drew, I was going to his comedy shows, and then I do the Rivals podcast with like the 3 professional comics, and it's just like, Well, damn. If I'm gonna produce a comedy show, it might as well be the best damn comedy show. If I'm gonna be next door to Lisa Vanderpump, damn it, this better be the best damn comedy show. I can't be up there. Well, Lisa got a bullshit ass comedy show, Maddison. The show got to slay.
No, because she will not be having it. She will not be having it. I also am so excited to see the location. I haven't been to I know there's a Rooster Fish in Venice, but I've never been to the one in WeHo. So I'm so excited to see it. I think it's going to be so freaking cute in there.
It's nice, Maddison.
Yeah.
Yes. It's really nice. You're going to be like, whoa.
You know, it's
like popping. Like every time you look at their Instagram story, it's like packed in there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be part of the program.
Exactly. And you're going to be part of what puts Rooster Fish on the map for comedy. And in WeHo, I feel like there's nowhere really in WeHo that does this. So I think this is such an amazing opportunity for you.
We're bringing diversity, giggles, and just like fun. Like Maddison, and for those of y'all that don't live in Los Angeles, you know, and you can probably imagine, everything out here is expensive. You already know you go to some places, I won't name names, on that Santa Monica Strip, and a drink is $27. Girl, we gonna give you some laughs, and the drinks is $9. $9 drink.
Literally.
If y'all don't come out here and come and get drunk.
Literally, that is girl math. That's basically free in LA. Girl math, that's essentially free.
We're going to get you lit and home in the bed, and you can still go to work the next day.
That's literally my dream, as you know. I love an
Rooster Fish comedy.
An early stitch. Courtney's like, I designed this with Maddison in mind. What would Maddison like to do on a Tuesday?
Come, get a laugh, kiki with your girlfriends, and get your behind back in bed by 11, the latest.
Which I will need after these 2 weeks. Like 2 back-to-back traveling, fun, girly weekends. My body is ready to get back to my peppermint tea at nighttime, my skincare, my Chicago Fire. I haven't watched Chicago Fire in a week and a half. I'm stressed. I am not in my routine.
Madison, you are hilarious.
I'm literally 87. Like,
did you see The Valley? I know you're really busy, so you probably haven't
That's
yet.
so funny.
I won't ruin it.
My sister just got in town in Kansas City because obviously she's going on the Bachelorette too, and we were both just sitting here and we were like, oh, we need to watch The Valley. But none of our other friends are watching The Valley, so we were like, okay, we need to catch up. How was it? I've been seeing clips.
I have to say 2 things in one. Let me answer the Valley thing. The Valley was really good. The Valley to me is giving in the vein of early Vanderpump because I just think that things have hit the fan. And they're showing it all. In the same breath, I saw a photograph on Twitter right before I got on here of some talent from the new Vanderpump show, and I am familiar. I am familiar. I said, "Oh, wow."
Are we reheating someone's nachos?
The Netflix nachos are being reheated. There was a girlie that I'm friendly with, and I was like, "Oh," and it's interesting because me and Savannah we were trying to shoot like an interview series, like live out, outside in WeHo, and girl, y'all never saw it. And that gentleman. We saw him that night. This was so long. This is before, all the bars closed down and everything. This is forever now. And so I'm like, you've been hanging out there. And now it appears as though your time has come.
So he was waiting in the wings. It
gives. And this person is nice. I like this person, but I also love a good strategy, Maddison.
Yes. Honestly,
I felt like he played that long game.
I was just about to say, shout out to him for playing the long game. I hope it pays off.
Because we wouldn't hang out at Sir. We love Anima. We don't hang out at Sir. I've been there a few times, but to be like Friday night, we're going to Sir. No.
No, I always felt like that was a misconception. Like my friends from here that would watch the show, they'd be like, "Oh my God, do you go to like Sir and Pump all the time?" I'm like, "No, I literally have only gone to Sir when people come in town and they are like, I want to see where Vanderpump is." And then my the guy who cuts my hair, his salon was he's not there anymore. He moved to Nashville. But the guy who used to cut my hair, his salon was right by Something About Her. So I feel like I would see that place a lot once that finally opened. But and like Pump once in a while. Like when Mason and Christian were like, we're going to pump because we need a pumptini. And I'd be like, I will be one and done because one pumptini and Maddison Hill is out of commission. Like,
I was dying laughing
R.I.P.
because I was going through my camera roll and there was this time that I had went around the time of my birthday. I had went to Pump just to grab a drink and a dessert or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fascinating that who knew that just like 3 years later that I would be in the same exact spot hosting my own comedy show. It blows my mind.
I love
Wild.
it. Full freaking circle. We don't even know
Legit.
the plans. You know what I mean? Like, we plant the seeds and then we wait and see what grows. And sometimes you never freaking know. And I love it. And we're getting ready to go into tourist season, Courtney, which I think is
like my birthday's in like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes. Mine's in days, which is scary. I just actually realized that literally yesterday. I was like, my birthday's in less than 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Literally 7 days. Crazy. Next Thursday. Oh my God, a week. Oh my God.
And girls, celebrate good times. Come on.
Yes, I think
You're
I will
so
be
far in your
celebrating
career.
by relaxing.
Your family good. Do you feel better compared to how you feel last year around this time?
I do. You know, I was telling my friend last night, I was saying, I feel really good. So normally I've been spiraling 30 and 31 full spiral. 30 was way worse of a spiral than 31. But I normally am kind of like, oh my God, I haven't done XYZ. But for some reason this year I feel really good going into 32. Like I feel really amazing about it. But classic Maddison, what's giving me anxiety is the fact that I feel so good about it. I'm like, why do I feel so good about
waiting
this?
for the other shoe to drop.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm like, something feels spooky because I actually feel incredible.
That's great.
You know, and I feel like all of these things are going to start happening, but I'm like, is this false? Like, am I delusional? Like, am I too delusional?
Madison,
but
you about to get your plaque, girl. All what you're feeling is the new feeling of the upgrade, and it's unfamiliar. That's all it is. Like they told my ass on a circle, you're not anxious, you're excited. And I said, you know what?
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Excited.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not about to be recorded 24/7. You're right. I'm just so excited. So yeah, no, you're right. I'm not anxious. I'm literally just excited. I'm nervous.
That's all it is.
But no, I feel really good about it. So I'm hoping that this feeling stays that way. But I mean, how do you feel going into we're almost in tourist season. How do you feel?
Honestly, I feel like, wow, I'm not like broke. Like that was really just the goal is to be able to pay my rent. For whatever reason, I'm always broke around the time of my birthday. It's insane to me. But I'm all right this year. I don't know. I feel really good. I've worked really hard on myself and how I communicate and how I build relationships with people. And I think that I'm doing a lot better than I certainly was a few years back. Yeah. And I think overall, I just feel better about myself. There was just like a time period where like I felt like I was having so much fun, but with every good time came something like 3 times as worse connected to it. And so to be able to just have a genuinely good time and come home and wake up and feel like, damn, okay. Like I love that feeling. I wouldn't trade it in for anything, honestly.
I'm trying to accomplish that piece. I like want that because I think I'm still stressed about a lot of things. So I'm like, I'm ready to accomplish that peaceful feeling this year. I'm ready for it.
I want you to feel that because you're one of the hardest working women I know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I also would like love to not have 4 jobs. You know what I mean? Like I would be cool with maybe 2. I would love if we could eliminate 2 and make more money at other 2. So that way we're not having to do 4.
Yeah. So let's work on that, Madison.
Yeah. Exactly. We got to just keep it pushing. But I think really this is going to be like I said, I really feel like a lot is going to change this year. I feel like I'm open to a lot more this year. I feel like I've been working on myself. I know I've been saying
you're gonna go
but like, no, I really genuinely feel like that. So hopefully, you know what? This is going to be our tourist season, Courtney.
Madison, you didn't hear me say you were going to go on Beast Games.
Beast Games. Oh my! I'm like, I'm not being sentimental. Well, honestly, Courtney, if I could get a guaranteed like $50K, I would do it. I'm just
Madison.
No, Danny's gonna listen to this and be like, liar, liar, pants. Although Danny and I did
Mystic Arts is still community. I'm giving you free game. Mystic Arts is still like, girl, we taking the girlies. Make sure you write.
Yeah, but I think people are trying to sue Mr. Beast right now. I saw some other headline like people are suing him because he was having some experience in Las Vegas and he didn't show or something. It was like a TanaCon-esque.
Well, Maddison,
scenario.
Either way, that ain't gonna stop no show.
Courtney's
He's
like,
gonna buy his way out of that.
I want to reiterate these games.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, he was selling the moldy Lunchables, and he bought his way out of that. Your job is to get that damn money and bring your ass back home. We can keep our eye on the prize.
Yes, and
if you and Danny go together and act like y'all don't know each other,
and team
now
up,
imagine that. Danny,
I know you're listening. Shout out to Danny, our editor.
Shout out to Danny, our editor.
Would not look good without her. I'm dead. I love. Okay, Courtney, should we go ahead and get into the tea? I have a really sad tea drink today.
I have a coffee.
Oh, you got another coffee. Oh, I need another coffee. It's going to be a long night day. Okay, let's kick things off. This Blue Origin flight was the talk of the week, honestly. And
it was.
Overall, Courtney, how do you feel about it? So for those of you who don't know, even though I know you guys know, it was a all-female crew. Katy Perry was on there. Gayle King was on there. Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' wife. Other women were on there. And they went up to space. But they didn't explore space. I feel like that got lost in translation of the marketing. Like, they literally just, like, went up above Earth's surface, saw Earth from above, and came right back down. Like, it was always said to be an 11-minute trip. I think it ended up being a little bit shorter than that. But it was never going to be this, like, long-term women in STEM exploring space. I don't know where that got misconstrued.
It's because people, not myself, people read a headline and nothing else. So all they saw was Katy Perry is going to space and nothing else. Katy Perry and Gayle King are going to space and nothing else. No one clicked the article. It's in like the second line of any article. Like, you get what I'm saying? But who's going to read an article? Someone sees a headline, all of a sudden they know about everything. So that's why. So I was like, okay, y'all. The outrage I woke up to.
The outrage was insane. Like, people were upset. Celebrities were like Emily Ratajkowski, Olivia Munn. Not to mention, like, everyone online. I feel like for even still now to this day, I'm seeing like TikToks of people commenting on it. And truthfully, Courtney, I see both sides of the coin here. I see why people are like, this is so stupid. Times are so tough right now. This is not what we need. We don't need a bunch of rich celebrities going into space. Like, what is the point of this? I 1000% hear and accept everything that people are saying. But on the flip side, I'm like, it was never supposed to be this like scientific exploration. And isn't it kind of cool that we can take a day trip, like an 11-minute trip to space and come back?
Well,
like,
they said Young Thug
cool
will be the next celebrity going. That announcement was made today.
I think this is going to be a thing, and I know this is going to piss people off. It's like, we don't care about celebrities going into space, but I'm like, I kind of feel like this is the wave of the future. Like, eventually, like, we will be able to buy a ticket to do this.
My thing is this, and this has always been my focus since I saw the headline and read the article. I don't care about what those them celebrities. I probably couldn't tell them apart if they were in a police lineup. So who the hell is that? Olivia, never heard of Olivia Munn in my life. What I care about is the little girl that loves Katy Perry, or the little girl that's hanging out with her mom, watching Gayle King in the morning, seeing them go to space and feeling like, oh, I want to do that. It is not about none of us grown-ass adults. It is about the people that will come after us. You get what I'm saying? That was about visibility. The reason why someone like a Katy Perry was chosen for that is because we know her. Like, you get what I'm saying? So if a young girl sees Katy Perry and develops an interest in space, like, I don't see anything wrong with that. I
do agree with everything you're saying, but I do have to just make one comment about it. Her getting up there and singing What a Wonderful World feels cheesy. I mean, right? Like, I get the sentiment. I get it's emotional, but I'm like...
Yes, but...
80. I know,
if it's Katy Perry, she's camp. So she's going to do the camp thing.
It's sweet. I know. And honestly, shout out to Gayle King. Gayle King was our representation on that trip of like, I don't know why I'm here. I wish I said no, but like I have to go now anyway. Like,
did you see the pod hit the ground, girl? I think I would have been terrified how fast that thing was falling when they were landing.
The G-force, I would be throwing up. Like,
oh my God.
No.
Shout out to them. I don't think I want to go to space, but I'm in support of anyone that wants to do that.
Absolutely. Love the space exploration. Very pro space exploration. Although it scares me. I don't want to know what's up there. I don't want to know what's at the bottom of the sea. I don't need to know.
Let's send Jax Taylor to space.
And leave him there. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, that's why. Wendy's got like Wendy's, the fast food chain. Girl. There's been like miscommunication that it's like Wendy Williams. No, guys. Wendy's the fast food chain, which I don't know, for people who aren't on Twitter a lot, like me, your girl. Mm-hmm. A lot of brands now on Twitter, because Twitter is just like the wild, wild west. They're just ruthless and they say funny things. Like brands tweet like people. And Wendy's had tweeted about Katy Perry going to space and said, can we send her back? And it went everywhere. And then Kesha posted with a Wendy's cup, like trying to encourage.
With her shades on.
Mm-hmm. Wendy's did respond about it, saying it was just harmless banter. It was no big deal.
Okay.
Did you think that was that big of a deal? I kind of was like, that's what Wendy's has been doing lately. Like, Wendy's has been beefing with McDonald's on Twitter for a long time now. This is not new
That
news.
is true. I think, I don't know. I feel like the conversation, if Katy Perry's feelings were hurt, which we don't know, then I guess it's different. And maybe it's a little different if it's a brand. Katy Perry's a person. Like, Wendy's fighting with McDonald's is like brand on brand crime. Like,
That's true.
I could log into the Holly Scoop account and comment on, Billboard stuff, and, Diana wouldn't care. But I think when it becomes like the brand attacking Katy Perry, and the internet already is on her behind anyway, then it feels kind of like a pileup, because Wendy's does have a big platform.
Yeah.
They dish out them dollars to Lisa Barlow, like,
Well, also, too, I feel like it was on top of, like, her already getting so much hate, everyone being upset, her also tour not selling very well. And
more reason for us to go so we could see her clearer.
So I just think poor Katy was getting dogpiled on, and then she was like, Wendy's on top of it, Mr. Frosty, Mr. Spicy Nuggets, like a 4x4, that's unfortunate, I love Wendy's.
I love Wendy's too, but I was like, dang, Wendy's, why you couldn't stay out of it?
That was kind of crazy. I was like, see, shout out to that intern, because like if I were an intern right now, I would have never had the guts to tweet something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I would have. Not me.
I know.
Not unless the boss said to do it. You get what I'm saying?
No
Otherwise,
way.
I don't even think that would have crossed my mind.
No.
But they were kind of like, girl, whatever, child boo, be mad. I was like, well, they didn't even say sorry. So
no, they literally were like, yes, and
they're like, we like Katy, relax.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, if you like it, I love it.
I feel like now Katy will do something with Wendy's, and that'll like rectify the situation.
I agree.
And it'll be fine.
And that's fine.
Yeah. Shout out to Wendy's. Shout out to Katy.
Go for Wendy's.
Shout out to Space. I know, me too. Now I'm like, do I want Wendy's right now?
A little
no, I can't, because
moment.
we're going to get Mexican food later. And,
Yum.
And I cannot wait, because in LA, and Courtney, you can attest, queso is just like not a thing. Like cheese dip is just like
good
not,
queso.
Like
you know
good
you know what has
queso.
really good queso?
Where?
Laurel Tavern.
Oh, okay. Good to
Me
know.
and Jordan went there recently, and it was
Good to know. Because here in the good old Midwest, we have a white queso dip that just really slays. And I have not found one equivalent in LA. And so tonight, I'm getting my white cheese dip. It's like a pepper jack.
They don't have white
With,
queso at like a Sharky's or nowhere?
No.
Really?
54, no.
Or like Home State even?
No, Home State's is good, but that's more Texas queso. It's yellow cheese.
Gotcha.
No, yeah. This is Midwest specialty, Kansas City specialty, delicacy, if you will, honestly. It's
good ranch.
Delicious. Good ranch and good old queso cheese
Little
dip.
queso moment.
We love dairy. We definitely have no dairy intolerances here, or you would not survive.
Oof.
No, okay. I can't wait. Anyway, sorry guys. I love a food detour. But can we talk about one of my faves, even though he is kind of, up and down these days, but I'll always have a special place in my heart for this man, because it's one of my favorite concerts ever. Lil Wayne.
Oof.
He is officially over, kind of, not being chosen for the Super Bowl, which I did think this was super upsetting. He has publicly expressed his disappointment in not being selected to perform at the Super Bowl this past year. Obviously, New Orleans is his hometown. They chose Kendrick Lamar. And remember when this happened, Courtney, we actually were kind of like, what the F?
Yeah. But we know that Jay-Z is in charge of all of that.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z appears to maybe not really be on good terms with like Wayne, Drake, and Nicki. Mm-hmm. So like, I wasn't so surprised, but I did feel bad because it's like,
I felt bad.
We grew up with Lil Wayne. And I guess some people will say they grew up with Kendrick Lamar. I don't know. Lil Wayne hits different for me. I like truly remember like growing up, with his music.
1,000,000%.
And it would have been a really special moment for him to have that halftime show. And I do feel like we kind of like traded in a legendary moment to like shine a light on Kendrick Lamar being shady. Like, who cares?
Yes. And I also feel like because there was such an emphasis on like New Orleans pride, like the whole pre-show was like all about we are proud to be from New Orleans, Harry Connick Jr., So I do think it was a missed opportunity to really like hammer that point home for New Orleans. I felt bad for Lil Wayne. I was like, this is not that I don't like Kendrick Lamar, and obviously the Drake shade was iconic. We lived for it, but I feel like this could have been a really like full circle moment for Lil Wayne, and I'm like sad we didn't get to see it. And he said he is obviously upset, but he spoke with Kendrick Lamar. He wished him well. He encouraged him to do a great performance, but I don't know. I'm sad about it.
I guess my question, and community, maybe you can answer this and be honest. Do you think, and it's not like Kendrick Lamar really did a whole bunch of stunts or backflips or whatever, but do you think that Lil Wayne is capable of carrying the halftime show? Because maybe the beef was part of it, but maybe it was an optics thing. Like what songs is Lil Wayne going to perform at a Americans like CBS like halftime show? Yes, things can be censored, but I'm just curious. I guess my devil's advocate.
True. Are you saying he's not very family friendly?
He's not. Not to say Kendrick Lamar is. I think Kendrick Lamar got a pass because a lot of people really liked what is it? They're not like us.
Oh, not like us. Well, that was just because it's most popular, because I'm like, hello, Lollipop, Mrs. Officer, 6 foot, 7 foot,
Hits.
A Millie. I'm going through my like songs right now when you just said, what would he sing? I'm like,
I'm thinking you're on the Lil Wayne page. Madison's like, oh no, this is the personal collection.
I'm so sorry. He could have absolutely delivered an 8-minute performance that I would have been here for. Bring out T-Pain. I've talked about this concert so much because we've been talking about the
Did you see the viral clip of T-Pain twirling?
No.
On stage, I guess at Coachella. I'm going to send it to you. He's like twirling across the stage.
I literally love T-Pain. I'm like, I also think that Lil Wayne could have brought out so many good guests. Like, not that I didn't love the Serena Williams, like the Serena Williams, the cultural significance of that, I appreciate, understand, and I love. But I'm like, I also could have done a Lil Wayne and Friends show and been equally as happy.
I mean, I'd still pay good money for a Lil Wayne's and Friends show, to be honest.
So
I don't know. I just wonder if that was like part of the argument against him. Like, can he really do it? Like, if we need him to run back and forth on the stage, can his lungs hold up? Like,
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Also, and I can't remember if we've talked about this already. It's interesting. I haven't gone through my pre-birthday fake Lovers and Friends, I'm going to get my tickets moment yet. And it's because there is no Lovers and Friends this year.
Oh my God. So there officially is none.
I just noticed it like the other morning. I was like, wait a minute. I ain't freak out and say I'm going to Lovers and Friends this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
no.
It's official.
I don't think it's happening.
Oh no, because Morgan Wallen took it over.
No, that's Hangout Fest.
No, that's Hangout Fest. Oh my God, I can't keep them straight.
It's too many, girl.
Too many. Too freaking many. Okay, well, let's move on to something
the girlies are freaking out, Maddison, before we move on,
Why?
just because his awful name got brought up. That man, Morgan. The girlies are freaking out because Tate McRae, Tate McRae, the
oh my
gays
God,
love
wait,
Tate McRae.
I saw
and
this.
Tate McRae is on his
mad.
album. They're pissed.
They're so mad.
Pissed. I'm going to say this. Do not be surprised when we start hearing more Addison Rae over Tate McRae in the next 6 months.
Wait, you think so?
I guarantee it.
You
The
think
gays
she
are
just
pissed.
tanked her career?
I could be wrong. I think she's certainly lost a lot of support.
Oh, I mean, I saw the reactions. The reactions were...
The viral tweets are viraling. They're really upset.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Hard.
You guys know how I feel about him.
I'm like, shit. But then some people are like, here's the argument, and I can't even answer it without being a hypocrite or being biased. Because then the question is like, well, why is she getting dragged? And Post Malone got the #1 song in the country. And he,
I was
and,
just
and
about...
it was, and he worked with him.
literally didn't want to
And
be
what
that
is Courtney
annoying.
going to do if he's at the concert and Morgan Wallen comes out? And I done paid my good coin.
I didn't want to be that annoying,
I'm going to feel so stupid.
But I was just about to say, I mean, and him and Post are doing another collab. I think they just released another one.
So annoyed. I'm like...
Yeah, I actually was thinking that. I was like, that's crazy that we weren't that mad about Post Malone. Like, we're here for it.
Y'all, in fact, streamed his shit until it went #1.
Till it went number one.
Y'all loved
that
it.
was the song, and like, that was the song of the summer. Like, that was everywhere.
And we know Post Malone's gonna come out at his festival.
1,000,000%.
Like we know, and I'm like,
Posty loves a good time.
I don't even want to get into the other.
Oh no, Morgan's gonna come out at Post Festival.
We'll have to save that for a whole nother week. I got to see how this develops, how Twitter takes this news. But there's been a lot of discussion about age gap relationships, and
interesting.
My sister Posty is not looking good, so we're gonna move on and see how that develops in the next week.
No, I can't handle another one going down, Courtney. I can't.
I'm just gonna say this, Maddison, and I've been having these conversations a lot more. We're getting
one of the nicest
old
people I've ever met.
Yes.
No, don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this.
Hang on. I want to say this for the community because community, please, if you're listening, please weigh in wherever you listen, Spotify, YouTube. Me personally, I am a 32. I'm going to be 33 in about 2.5, 3 weeks, just for clarity. I'm a gay man, gay single man. I personally am not going to date anyone that is like below the age, date anyone below the age of like 27.
Oh my God, Courtney, that's what I was gonna say too.
That's like my I'm girl and barely that I don't even want. I barely want to be your friend.
Like I feel like if I met a guy and he's like I'm 27,
27 is like you got to be in finance, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like you really got to be together.
You sold your tech company at a weird age. You're some crazy genius.
You're going to Bali all the time, and I'm going with you with a sarong on. Like it's got to be that type of moment.
Yes.
The girlies are up. They're saying that Post Malone, and he's our age. They're saying that he's dating a 20-year-old, and they are very upset. I saw on Twitter this morning. Community, is that wrong? If it's true, and Maddison, is that wrong if it's true?
So here's the thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know people with that age different. Like,
so do I.
You know, and it doesn't feel
those people,
that
for me, they're older.
Yeah, they're older.
But does it matter? Eventually, if they stay together, Post and this young lady will be older.
Would be older. So that's why it's like, I struggle. And also, we don't know her. Like, maybe she's really mature. Maybe she's had a lot of life experiences that, you know. I just always look at it as like, personally couldn't be me. But if that's how you want to proceed with life, go off. Like I said, I do know people who are like 33 and 45, and that to me like doesn't feel as crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And she's obviously a consenting adult.
Mm-hmm.
She's 20.
20 does feel like your frontal lobe is not formed. That's what I feel like, but
she cannot go into the bar.
I didn't think about that.
That.
So, okay. For me, that would be.
So we can't go to Vegas and turn up?
Yeah, if you can't legally.
You can't even have a pina colada?
Even though she will be going into establishments because she's his girlfriend. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I'm older and like you aren't allowed to go to the bar, that would be a line for me for sure.
I agree. For me personally, not judging y'all. What do y'all think, community? What are you going to say?
Courtney, I was scared. I thought you were going to tell me like there was like a scandal brewing and like.
Oh, no. There's just a lot of passionate negative discussion.
Yeah. Well,
online
I understand people are upset, but I have to, my butthole.
There's no scandal.
Clenched.
The's no scandal.
Thank God. Okay. Thank God. I was like,
he's still a good guy.
I was like, literally, are you kidding me? Another one bites the dust and it's going to be postponed. I literally can't handle another. Like, Diddy's trial is in less than a month. I can't handle it.
Oh,
okay, phew. Well, now that I had a little upper lip sweat for a second, thank God. Okay. Woof.
You were silly,
the next
Maddison.
thing on the docket, and this is interesting. We can just brush through it, and then I am very curious because we just brought up Diddy. I want to hear your thoughts on the Justin tea this week. But Khloe was on Call Her Daddy, which interesting move. Don't you feel like Khloe's kind of going through a rebrand?
Yeah, what's going on with her?
Yeah,
she's got the podcast on Twitter, right? She's been doing a lot more interviews. What's she doing?
Like, I don't know what we're gearing up for, but it's something, and we're trying to be like the everyday girl. And I'm like, I don't.
What's going on here?
Yeah, but she was on Call Her Daddy and talked about a myriad of things. Talked about Tristan, obviously, and how embarrassing the second cheating scandal was, even though how funny they didn't even mention the motorboating in the club when she was 9 months pregnant. The only scandals they talked about were Jordan and Marley Nichols.
Bye.
And then talked a little bit about Lamar. Once again, told the story how she beat up the stripper. And then she did talk about the show, and she did confirm that they actually all do get paid the same, which is crazy to me because Kylie and Kendall don't really do much. So shout out to them, honestly.
They said either way, the check is going to clear. Take these crumbs and goodbye, or else I won't even film at all. Yeah,
so shout out to Kylie and Kendall. I feel like they really, honestly, should be applauded the most because they're doing the least and still getting the same amount of money.
Madison D. Hill, Lamar doing Kardashians, good idea or bad idea? Now that we've seen it and it's kind of said and done.
Here's the thing. I have a soft spot for that man because he, said what he did wrong. He's changed. He's apologized. I felt like Lamar was a little bit used in that situation.
I agree.
It felt very performative. I didn't love it, but I feel like somewhere inside he feels like he owes Khloe. Like he's like, I mean, you did wipe my butt when I was unable. Yeah. So like, I'll give you this 10 minutes of airtime of this really like crucial moment of us. So it's hard. I don't know. It's hard.
From what I saw, she seemed kind of annoyed. And I was like, I felt bad for him because he's kind of like been calling for her in the media for these years. And like he gets his shot and she's kind of like standoffish. But look at what she's been through with him.
Right. But also on Call Her Daddy, she said that it was with Lamar, it's an example of right person, wrong time.
Okay, well, when is the time right again, girl? You know the clock is right 2 times a day.
Yeah. So I was like, which actually is kind of like, I think that's really sad. Right person, wrong time.
Madison, I tweeted about this like 3 months ago. I was like, I think that they need to get back together. But then I remembered that she was beating up the strippers.
Yeah, he like,
Madison, are you getting back with the man you beat up the strippers for?
No.
Your parents is not going to go for that. They're going to be like, girl, are you crazy?
First of all, Mama Hill would be with me beating up the strippers. And I'm right, because you've met my mother. She would be driving the car and showing me how to throw a proper punch on the stripper.
Oh, my God. I'm screaming.
She would. But no, 1,000,000%. And I think that's what's crazy is, like, she also made a comment about how I guess more so in regards to Tristan, how what haunts her the most is how disappointed her younger siblings were because they told her, like, he's going to do it again. And she was like, no. And then he did it again. And I'm like, what about also your daughter saying this one day? Like, I get Kylie and Kendall, but I don't know. I just felt like it was
got to have some sort of plan on how they're going to explain this to the kids.
They have
when they're older. They have to.
They have to. It was a good interview, but also kind of like we didn't learn really anything too much new other than like, yeah, they all get paid the same. And the only thing they delete from the show is if they look bad.
And I don't believe that, but okay.
And like, okay, for sure. No, I'm sure
like, girl, stop lying. Give us the TTT.
Mm-hmm. So, shout out to Khloe, though. I do feel like she's trying to rebrand herself. I don't know what for, but I do feel like we're going through a rebrand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Madison, did I tell you about Got to Get Out?
Oh my God, no, but I've seen your stories. And Holly worked on that show too, so I'm a bad friend. I need to watch it.
Maddison.
Spencer Pratt, I love him.
That's the one. I think the girlies are gonna let this one fly under the radar, and it's upsetting because I do agree that we're in like a reality TV drought with like really good shows. But if we're gonna throw out a new one that I'm gonna stand behind, that's the one I'm gonna stand behind right now. I finished it. I finished it already.
Oh, wow.
It was. I would go on that. Like that. That was a lot of fun to watch. Repetitive. To be honest, repetitive. But I didn't mind. I did not mind. The premise, you guys, is it's like a bunch of reality stars. It's like half reality stars, half regular people, and there's like a timer, which is dollars, going up like every second, up to $1 million, and there's like different points in the day. Like they'll be like, oh, Maddison, at $13,567, the window in the bathroom on the third level is gonna open, and it's your job to figure out how your ass is gonna get out that mansion and get all the way down this long, huge driveway to escape the mansion without anybody seeing you. So if they see you, they could pull the lever that starts the alarm in the house, and then everyone has to run and hit the button to shut the gate on you before you reach the gate. Y'all gotta watch Gotta Get Out. This is a sleeper hit. Cynthia Bailey.
That good for her, girl. Good for her, girl. I need to watch.
It's good, Maddison. It's good.
Blink twice. Does Spencer get out?
No.
Okay.
It's not it's not an elimination style show.
It's just like you're trying to get the money and get out.
Yes, but if you all are there at the end, then y'all all have to split whatever money is left over.
Does Spencer Pratt have success?
And it's only 10 days. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in. I need to watch.
Holly, y'all ate that. Shout out to Holly.
Shout out to Holly. Holly and Christian, shout out to them. They're always slaying the show game. Okay, last thing, Courtney.
Okay.
The Justin Bieber Hollywood Reporter article. Did you see it?
No, what's going on with him?
Don't worry.
I saw him dancing with Sexy Red.
Yes, he was dancing with Sexy Red. I think he's trying to live his best life as long as he can. But this Hollywood Reporter article came out, and 2 major allegations. 1, millions in debt. These inside sources were talking about how when he canceled his 2023 Justice Tour, the promoting company gave him $400 million as an advance. Yeah. So, or no, 40 million, not 400, 40.
Even still 40.
And then he paid part of it back, but he still owes them $20 million. Allegedly. Okay. That's what these sources were saying. And then also what kind of spooked me is they talked about, the sale of Justin's music catalog. Remember, he sold this a couple years ago for $200 million. And in this article, they allege that Scooter Braun and his team at the time actually negotiated up, because the original deal was $140. Scooter and the team at the time got it to $200 because they thought this would give him financial security, but like still no alleged financial security. Then the second allegation is Justin okay? Like, there's kind of this tone of he's not doing well. They spoke to Pooh Bear, who is, like, sending him prayers. I don't know what's going on with him, but hope he's okay. They spoke to an ex-team member who said, Justin is disintegrating. It's watching the embodiment of someone not living in their purpose. He's lost. There's no one protecting him. They did speak to somebody that's like, Justin's fine. He's healthy. He's smarter than any of us. But, like, that quote is flying under the radar. Obviously, the one of his former team.
The negative one, of course.
Yeah, he's disintegrating in front of our eyes. No one's protecting him. And then his current team, which I think is like Haley and whatever PR person they've hired, which is not shade to Haley, but we've heard several reports that like she's kind of spearheading his new team. Released a statement about this article saying this is just clickbait stupidity based on unnamed and clearly ill-informed sources, disappointed that they no longer work with Justin. The statement went on to say Justin forges his own way forward. These unnecessary stories and inaccurate assumptions will continue, but they won't deter him from staying committed to following the right path. Why are we trying to make Justin look crazy?
I don't know.
I
But
had a
weird,
conspiracy this
though.
week. I thought they're trying to make him look crazy, so if he comes out and says anything in the next month or so, people can say, how would you believe somebody who clearly is not okay?
All of this coming out before Diddy's trial is also
Mhm.
fascinating.
Fascinating to me. Fascinating.
Weird. If there's nothing wrong with Justin, they need to leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something wrong with Justin, they need to be saying he needs to get some help.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Weird.
No, 1 million.
Hold an intervention for his ass. Like, hello, not giving quotes to a magazine.
I think it's weird that all of a sudden it feels like a Hollywood Reporter article about Justin Bieber. What year are we in? Like, and that's no shade. It's just like he hasn't put any music out. He literally has been kind of feeding into the narrative, which I thought was a bit, and I still think is a bit. Like, I still think he is feeding into something, and I think it's him trying to stay in the headlines to promote himself while he still can. But I had that realization this week. I was like, doesn't it kind of feel like we're getting a smear on this man's name and making him look like he's spiraling, look like he's crashing out, look like he's crazy?
Like all of this, he liked Selena's picture. Like it's just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. Like
Pooh Bear speaking out when he unfollowed Pooh Bear recently, him cutting ties with Drew and unfollowing Ryan Good, unfollowing Scooter, unfollowing Usher. I'm like, the math is mathing. Something here. Something went down, something is not adding up, and these sources can tell me that this is all false, but I'm like, no, something is up here. Something is weird. Yeah.
And it does kind of feel like a smear campaign.
1,000,000%.
Justin, you need to tell us something.
Yeah.
Drop a song and distract everybody. How about that? And call Ludacris.
Yes, please. And Lil Wayne, why not? I'm just putting it out there.
Honestly?
Probably wouldn't happen, but we can manifest anything we want.
You're silly.
All right, Courtney, should we move on and go ahead to our last segment and
put it in the teapot?
Yes. I feel like we did have a little put it in the teapot therapy session at the beginning when we were getting into the tea. But community, don't forget to send us your put it in the teapot submissions at toastedteapot@gmail.com. Or you can DM us on social media or comment down below. We want to hear from you. It can be personal. It can be celebrity related. Whatever you want to get off your chest.
All righty. For this week's Put It in the Teapot, I would ask y'all to please quiet fear. I really, really, really have worked hard to try new things that I am not familiar with. Because if I fail, I just take the experience and put it elsewhere. I really don't think I would be where I am today if I didn't try things. Just going back to even like trying to make YouTube videos, like all of my YouTube videos in the beginning were awful. But I have taken my YouTube skills and now I think I'm a pretty all right TikToker, which is hilarious because I used to hate short form content and I hated Vine. So I really want y'all to like embrace the things that are unknown to you because eventually you will know them and you can apply those skills into different areas of your life. It's really easy to let fear win, but once you realize that fear really isn't real, it becomes easier to be the person that you were born to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. And you're right. Sometimes jumping into that scary opportunity, you learn the skills that set you up for something else later. I love that.
Yeah. It's really the truth. Like, I don't think I've ever been like an exceptional YouTuber with long form content, but I feel really confident in my short form content. I feel like, girl, you see them pictures moving? Oh, okay.
But you also are good at long form. Don't discount your skills.
Thank you, Maddison. I do appreciate that.
You are. So last night, my friend and I were having, girly talks late at night, as girls do when they're having sleepovers. But we were talking about like waiting for happiness and how we know a lot of people in our life who kind of are okay with just, not mediocrity because that sounds bad, but just like, oh, I guess this is just what my life is. This is just the happiest I'm supposed to be. This is just the bare minimum. And being just okay with it. And I think life is too damn short to not be absolutely obsessed with your life, be happy, fight for your happiness. I know sometimes it can feel overbearing. It can feel like we have all these, commitments, responsibilities. And I'm not saying don't honor those, because obviously, hello, I am a Taurus. I'm the most loyal girly. And if I say something, I'm doing something. But I also think it's so important that we fight for our own happiness. Do not just settle for bare contentment. Like, we have one life to live, literally only one, and it's too freaking short. So just fight for that happiness. Fight for it.
Yeah. I agree with that, Maddison. And a lot of people in my hometown, I feel like they're content
Courtney,
and comfortable.
This is literally what.
And it's like, why wouldn't you want your life to be magnificent instead of you just settling for what you think your life should be? Like, you get what I'm saying? Your life can be whatever you want it to be. But I just, even throughout my life in general, I just have known so many people that were fearful to take a chance on themselves. And I'm like, why y'all don't see what I see? Because you could really be that girl if you just put a little elbow grease into it. But the girls be scared, Maddison. And you can't let their fear become your fear.
Nope, that's literally, we were just like talking about like mutual people and what everyone's doing now. And that's where it got onto the topic, because obviously people make comments to you, And I feel like, Courtney, you can attest to this, like being the one who moved away and like whatever. Like, people will always make comments like, oh my God, it looks like you're doing X, Y, Z. And I'm like, I literally was like praying that I paid all my bills this month. You have married, have this house, have these, like, you just have to remember, fight for your actual happiness. Because I don't want anyone to wake up 50 years from now and be like, oh my God, what did I do? And I just think it's important. We really only have this one life to live. And I just don't want anyone to ever not be happy. Like Courtney was saying, how happy he is with his life right now. Like, that's what we should all be aspiring to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. Like, obviously, I had to go through like a whole bunch of BS in order to get to this point and like do a lot of inner work and realizing things about myself, Kylie Jenner. But I don't know. I feel really good about things, and it's a feeling that I haven't had for a really long time. And so I really wanted to like honor that by talking about it on the podcast, because even small moments of happiness are still happiness,
1,000,000%. And I feel like too, something Courtney and I are always very rooted in our faith in whatever the plan is, we know there is a plan. I feel like you and I are very good about that. Like, we know there's a bigger plan. And we can't see it sometimes. 98% of the time, to be exact, I can't see what's actually the plan. And I always pray, I'm like, could I get a sneak peek? No sneak peeks, you'd have to just stay tuned. In the world of life. But I feel like we are really both rooted in that belief of like, there is a plan, and it does always show itself eventually. So
I do trust the process, Maddison. I always do.
1,000,000%. We have to. Well, thank you, community, for another amazing, amazing episode. You guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, comment, all of those things. Wherever you're listening to your podcast, make sure you subscribe. Follow us at Toasted Tea Pod on all platforms. You can follow me at I am Maddison Hill on Instagram and TikTok and Threads. 2Ds. Don't forget it.
You can follow me on Instagram and Threads at Courtney Revolution, and on TikTok and Snapchat at Court Revolution as well. Oh, I'm all the way off to the side, not this. Make sure you follow me on those places. Love you guys.
Yes. Community, we love you guys, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.